And we're back again with the Green Room where we talk about some Xbox. So, another interesting week for Xbox. So, sit back and relax, and we will go through it all here. And oh no, look at Andy. What is going on here? Andy, what are you doing?
I think he's still muted.
Andy is still muted. What are you doing, Andy? Oh, he's still. There we go. You can say it now. Someone muted him, and it wasn't me.
There we go. I'm gonna mute Duncan now. He's gonna mute him, and he can be quiet for the rest of the time now.
I don't think he could do that, so don't.
I think I don't think he wants to, but
Maker, you're
back, Duncan.
I know I'm muted.
You're back. You can talk again. I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't mean it.
Oh, I was going to just sit there and eat during this, so because you just wanted me to be all quiet and everything, and not want me to speak.
Is that a donut, Duncan?
No, it is called a laughing bun. It's like a jammy joey. It's like a coconut.
Can we see it again?
With cream in the middle.
That does look good.
Good.
So
I'd rather a snowball.
Yeah.
Snowballs are pretty good.
Nah, the ones we get over here is like this size.
Oh.
I think I need to come across.
I think you need to move to Northern Ireland. We've got the best tea. We've got the best snowballs.
It's pretty good tea. It's pretty good tea.
Yeah, the tea is really good.
Yeah. Best crisps.
Yeah, so we're back again. This is actually not a food show. This is about Xbox. And we will kick things off with our usual sort of thing about what have we been playing in Xbox land this week. Maker, I think we can see what you've been playing.
Yep. Fair bit of Sea of Thieves. That and I'll go ahead and say what else I've been playing. I actually played through and beat both Carto and What Remains of Edith Finch via xCloud.
What did you think of them?
I really enjoyed What Remains of Edith Finch. It's an interactive walking simulator and told a pretty interesting story. You go and see the lives of people within the house, and it just tells a story. It's really good. And then Carto, I thought was really solid. It's not perfect, but it's a fun little map puzzle game where you rotate the map pieces to connect to other map pieces, and then you can travel and explore through that. It's cool.
Since you've been playing some CFDs, have you got into any hijinks?
Oh yes. We had a fun story about it's a story of persistence. I was with a bunch of people who were not experienced in Sea of Thieves, but we had persistence to constantly go back fighting a Reaper ship. Like Reapers are the people that hunt the other ships and get bounties and stuff like that. They were doing a fort or something, and we were just trying to steal their loot. And we kept going back about 5 times, just kept coming back to that same island, shooting them, getting sunk, and then coming back. And around like the 4th or 5th time, we actually sunk them. And then we took their loot and we immediately hauled butt to the nearest outpost and then got the money. It was great.
Just about this other game, the Carto game, is this the bad boy here? Let's see if I can actually function. Who thinks I can function?
Nope.
Carto was pretty neat.
That's the bad boy there. Yeah.
It's really cute.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It looks like that wee person out of Wreck-It Ralph.
Yes.
If you like little map puzzle games, it's fun. Yeah.
And it is on Cloud as well, you were saying? Yep, it is Cloud enabled there.
Through Game Pass.
Does it have the wee touch controls on it, the specially developed ones, or is it just the standard ones?
I played on PC, so I didn't use touch controls. I don't know if it's one of the touch control games.
Okay, no worries. Happy.
Well, I've been playing a lot of different stuff this week. As you can see on Cloudy with a Chance of Games, I have been doing some first play-alongs. And I've been playing a lot of Halo 4. I'm still on that I'm testing on.
We're not mentioning Far Cry here. No Far Cry talk. No Far Cry talk.
I said, so that's one I've been playing a lot. I've been jumping between all the services from cloud gaming to my new Xbox Series X and to my PC and through xCloud. So been really fun on that. I found the Doom Eternal run really, really good on xCloud. I tested it out. It runs good. I'm not good with a controller, but it was really, really good fun.
How did you get it home in the end? Were you on bike?
Sorry? Yes. I biked out. I had a big bag on my back.
I need to see it. You should have taken a picture of it.
I should. I had this.
They've been just struggling with the camera, trying to get that shot of your bag and your bike in the background at the same time.
And the craziest thing, it fit almost like I didn't think it would fit in the bag. So it was like, yes. So that was really interesting to bike to get it, and people were laughing when I took it out of the store. I was afraid that I was going to be attacked, but
I've seen a lot of pictures of people on Twitter who have picked up their Xbox Series X or S and they put it in the car in the front seat, strapped in with its seatbelt on. But you've taken it to the next level. Strapped to your back.
Yep.
Biking.
Protecting it. Really protecting it. So, it was really good fun. A good workout, too. I got a workout from it. I can imagine. Yeah, they were really good. So, I'm really excited. I really enjoyed playing on Xbox Series X. But I'm a little spoiled now to X. It's not called xCloud anymore. It's called Xbox Cloud Gaming. So I'm a little spoiled to that. So I really enjoy playing on Xbox Cloud Gaming. There we go.
We're going to save Andy to the last. We're going to go to Kelly next. Because I know Andy's busting there, so that's why I'm just leaving them to the end.
You are just mean.
Yes.
I'm going to move in a minute.
I have been playing. I started off playing back at Halo because I have the first Halo all recorded to go up on Cloudy. I wonder who hasn't edited the video. Wonder who.
Yourself? You're meant to edit it yourself?
I don't know how to. You were supposed to show me. So, I did that. And then I actually jumped into Fortnite yesterday for 2 seconds and came back out of it because I don't like the new season this time. Really not liking it. And then the rest of the time I've been playing Sea of Thieves and huffing with it and pulling the controller. And I even tried it on xCloud and I don't like it on xCloud because it's too laggy. And I threw the controller quite a bit.
Yes. Kelly was trying that yesterday on her MacBook, but we think there could have been an issue with it, if you remember, because other things weren't working too well on it either.
I also had it on my phone as well, and it wasn't working on my phone as well, so it was quite laggy on my phone.
But when I've been playing it, it's been working fine. So it's all Kelly stuff. So Kelly is do what the reason is. That's because she keeps on huffing and she keeps on throwing the phone and throwing the controllers.
I haven't thrown my phone to throw the controllers.
No, you threw your phone today as well.
I threw my phone today. It is a frustrating game. Very frustrating.
Yes, Andy.
What have I been playing? Wow. Okay, I've been playing Dirt 5, on xCloud or Xbox game streaming service, something or other, whatever it's called. xCloud. Let's fit. It's xCloud. Streets of Rage 4 with touch controls is a life changer. I don't know. I heard it was announced for something else, and I thought, you know what? I haven't played that yet. I'm going to jump in right now and play it. And it turns out it's got custom touch controls, so I didn't even have to get this thing out.
Yeah.
And he's muted. It's okay.
I'm just worried what he was getting out. You know what? It's Andy. It could be anything.
No, it's you have to worry about it.
Well, I've been playing Subnautica on PC and in VR, which is mental. It's also good. And I think I played a bit of Outriders, but not like enough to really shout about. But it seems pretty good on xCloud. Seems like it's pretty much up to date and with no issues.
Fun fact about Outriders. I didn't want to play it on my Xbox because my Xbox was in my living room, and I'm mostly on my PC most of the time. I played it before the Series X blades, and it was a blurry mess, but I still was having fun with it, because my connection was actually really solid. It was very responsive. It's just it looked very blurry because it was a 1S game, and yeah.
I had a similar problem with Dark 5. It plays perfectly fine, and I don't get any lag on it, or I wasn't even before we had the upgrade. But visually, probably not that great. There was some points where you couldn't tell the difference between night and day, which is a bit of an issue when you have to try and not veer off the side of the road and crash. Because it does that thing where you come off the side of the road and then it resets you, doesn't it? And you're in last place when it resets you, even though you weren't that far behind. Do you know what? That's annoying. That drives me insane.
I think the reason why I have a butter smooth connection is because I have right under here is the connection point for the internet. So it's 2 meters and it's straight into the box, and I'm wired. So it's so really close for me in the connection part, and that's probably why I have this
now. Now since we've moved on to the new blades, it's the best service I've in my experience. It's the best service out there at the moment. Closely followed, very very closely linked with GeForce now.
For some reason, mine's very weird because it'll work perfectly fine on some games and some games it won't. I don't know what exactly the problem is there. I don't know if it's requiring a higher bandwidth and that's causing my internet to have issues. But
so many different factors in there. That's the issue. There's so many different things that can affect it, which is why you can have a flawless experience on one streaming service and an awful one on another, and it's nothing to do with the actual service. There's just so many different factors to it. You could have just jumped on at a bad point, but who knows?
Yeah.
How many has Game Pass Ultimate? So probably many that's just testing it out too. It's probably overheated with people hitting the server blades right now.
I did want to mention before we hop forward. I did look up which ones have touch controls. What Remains of Edith Finch does have touch controls, but Carto does not.
Yeah,
just a heads up.
Yeah.
Oh, this would be me now. So what have I been playing this week? Shall I get the embarrassing game over and done with? I have been...
We don't have a game called Duncan.
Oh! I have been playing a lot of a game to relax my fragile little mind and take the pressure and nothing to think about. I've been playing Farm Together on Xbox. It is a absolutely chill out sort of game where you can just go about and do things. Do you remember Farmville? It's
Yes.
Farmville, but for Xbox. So and you don't have to buy things. It's just a game just to jump on your tractor, build up your farm, and just have an absolutely relaxing sort of time doing it, or running out of money in my case.
Are we talking similar level to Farming Simulator? Really annoyingly, like dully over the top with having to...
So it's more Stardew Valley. That's what you're trying.
Yes,
Is the touch control to that game?
so this is just on the Xbox.
Okay.
First, I know Kelly would have brought this up to make fun of me, wouldn't you?
Why would I bring it up to make fun of you?
That's because
You haven't even learned how to go into other people's wee farms to go and boost up your money like normal people would.
But this is me. This is me. I'm just awesome. I did do that once. I got me achievement for it because you know what I'm like. I have to get me achievements.
That's the only thing that you're paying for is the achievements.
Why would you say such a scandalous sort of lie there about that? The only reason I am playing it is for the achievements. Did I say that?
You said to me you're playing it for the achievements.
Originally, that was probably true. But as we know, Duncan gets sucked into games quite easily.
So this is the game here. Me and Kelly used to play this a couple of years a couple of years ago. So we did, and I think Kelly's 100% of it. Achievements. It is just a game you can just dip into and relax to. Yes, it's a wee bit daft and a wee bit silly, and it's just if you don't know what to want to play, you can just jump into this and you can do. There's always something to do in it, and you don't really have to think or anything. So that is what I've been playing.
Is there local co-op on that game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Looks like a kid's game.
Shut up!
Shut up! So it is.
What was that, Kelly?
But you should see how many people actually play this game.
It looks really fun.
It's just like a Farmville without all the monetization. So there we go. There is my guilty pleasure of a game there, so people can make fun of me and etc. 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 And obviously me and Kelly have been playing Sea of Thieves together badly. That's right. Kelly has done something this week and she's forgot to say. Oh, flip! No, that's not flipping. I have to rephrase it. Kelly is working towards her Pirate Legend, and she's got. You've got one leveled up now.
I got one leveled up ages ago.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't. I've only got 3 levels to go to the 50 on the
Merchant.
Yes, that one. But I've got the gold hoarders leveled up. I did that ages ago.
Yes, I'm just saying you're working towards it. We have been jumping in, and we have been unfortunately got some Egypts last night. To be completely fair,
I actually sent. That's what I actually thought you said that we're going to talk about was me sending off a thing on Xbox to report somebody for nice language.
Yes. Yeah, and this is coming from Kelly. It was some
abusive, and I was wanting to send stuff back, and Duncan was like to me, because like I can be very like nice to people, and Duncan was going, "Can't do that," and I was like, "But they can call me that, and I can't call them as this bad." And he was going, "You can get blocked now or reported." And I went, "Okay, well I'll report them."
That's all good. Oh.
Yeah, so that was nice, wholesome sort of entertainment there with no swearing and no anything at all. So, my computer has just put the stream saver on there for some reason, and I've been in and out of Xbox games on xCloud itself. xCloud for me is still working really, really well. I've been playing on the Mac here. I've played it on my phone as well. It is working spot on for me, and it is pretty decent. And I know a lot of people
have the iPhone 12. That's why I don't have an iPhone 12.
No, 12 Pro. Get it right.
So sorry.
No, but it's. I think it's moving on in good directions here because I'm seeing that there just seems to be a lot of people saying that it's changing nearly on a daily basis for him, and it's getting better. Nearly, there seems to be constant sort of updates to it. So we shall move on, and we will.
I did want to mention that about xCloud. The thing is, they just implemented widely the Series X blades. It's going to take them time to figure all the little kinks and stuff like that out, because this is them just now rolling out the new hardware. You know, we don't know what kind of tests, like what changes in software they might do to try and optimize the experience, or even with the networking setup that they have there. And that we'll probably see in like the upcoming months and changes with that.
And you might, if you are a lot of people on the same Wi-Fi, you can change your channel on your Wi-Fi. So because it's probably most have it on the same channel.
Yeah, so that's something what we do. We actually have a couple of Wi-Fi networks, so you can actually just split them off as well. Actually, completely and utterly separate Wi-Fi networks. So it's pretty good to do that. But it's just a real exciting time. Speaking of exciting times, I'm going to share the games coming this month to Game Pass, and we can see which ones are coming to the cloud as well. And here we go. Let's see. I'm a total professional at this. Here we go. It's a new month, and as we know, we're probably, I would say, we may get some more announcements next week. Maker, what do you think? Do you think we're going to get some more next week?
Yeah, I actually do, because they announced all the Game Pass games up to the 1st of July. They haven't announced any after, and I know they usually like to wait like a week after the month starts, and then they'll make an announcement to show all the titles coming early in the month, and then they'll do a second announcement for the latter half of the month.
Yeah, so this is the games which are coming. We've got Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, Bug Fables, The Everlasting Sapling, which is a game for Happy to play and give us a first look at. We've got Gang Beasts, we've got Immortal Realms, Vampire Wars, Nimbo, Going Under, A Plague Tale Innocence. That's an interesting one because that is getting a big boost with the Series X. We're getting Space Jam and New Legacy. We're getting Chris Tales, Microsoft Flight Simulator, and The Ascent. Happy, what ones are you looking forward to? Andy, no trolling. I know what one you're going to pick, and you're going to go trolling.
Well, since I really enjoy Banjo-Kazooie, I'm going to say Banjo-Kazooie and Flight Sim because I love flight simulators. So that's the two I'm really... So that's the two I'm really looking forward to right now when I look at this.
Happy, do you think we're going to see Flight Sim in the cloud? Do you think they're going to make that announcement since the Series X?
I think it's probably going to be later this year, maybe in September or October. It should be a little bit exclusive right now to console, I believe. And it's going to be quick. It's going to be this year, but not right now.
Would be really interesting if it's launched on the same day.
I don't think it will launch on the same day, but it would be really funny to do it. But it should be a little bit hype for people to get it on the Xbox Series X now. Finally, they can play. So that's what I believe is going to happen. But I've been wrong many times before.
I'm going to put my life in my hands here. Andy, what games are you looking forward to?
I don't know what you're going on about.
Oh, you don't know? Oh, that's even better now. Maker knows what I'm talking about.
I do.
What
are we missing?
I'll talk about it when I get to it.
I don't.
I can a bit go last. No, I like to. I think probably, and apart from Flight Sim, Gang Beasts, I think looks quite a lot of fun. And I was just having a look at it thinking that's a fairly new game, but it's not. It's been around since like 2014. But it looks like a stupid, daft game that I can just jump in and out. And because it's on cloud, I'm going with that one. And Duncan will be shocked.
Yes. As soon as you realize what it is, you're going to go, "Oh, pants! I should have said that." I'll go to Kelly.
I think I know which one you think it should have been, and that's only because it's on other things, isn't it, Duncan?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not going to lower myself to that standard.
Kelly, what game are you looking forward to, or games?
Well, I think Space Jam, because it's Space Jam. Can't beat Space Jam. And maybe Gang Beasts, because it just looks like a cool wee name, and I don't even know nothing about it, but it just looks like a cool wee name.
Okay, then we'll move on to Maker.
So
you're going for it. You're going for it.
Yeah, I have. But I will say a few of these games I have played prior that I can recommend some as like a base thing. I have played Gang Beast way back when, like 2014, 2015, when it first came out. It is a lot of fun. Can recommend that. Limbo from the creators of Inside. Definitely recommend that one. And A Plague Tale Innocence, also a really good game. And recommend that one. But the two ones that I'm most excited for this month are Cris Tales and The Ascent. Those are easily my favorites. The Ascent's a top-down looter shooter, which looks really cool, right up my alley. And then Cris Tales, the turn-based RPG. I am 100% down for it. There's time travel in it, giving me some like Chrono Trigger vibes. And it's coming out on Stadia as well. But it's coming day and date on Game Pass through the cloud, console, and PC. So I'm definitely going to be playing that when I already pay for Game Pass. Why would I buy it elsewhere?
Wait, is it not out on Stadia already? I thought it was.
No.
That was delayed.
This is the release date, July 20th. This is the...
That's awkward, isn't it?
No, he's raging. No, he's raging. Yeah.
Well, I did see at the end here, The Ascent. That's also a game I'm really happy to play.
What about you, Duncan?
Oh, I am interested, and I'm not actually trolling here.
Yeah.
In Cris Tales, I've had my eye on that since it was first announced last year, and I'm really excited for that. The Ascent, I think everybody who watched the Xbox event when that was shown off were going, yeah, that is a game they want to play, and I that's what I want. For me, there's so many. There's two more. I'll just go all of them here. Basically, it is A Plague's Tale. I want to play that. I've never got round to actually playing it with the Series X upgrades. Let's hope that gets added into the cloud as well, because I'm pretty sure Plague's Tale is already on the cloud. So hopefully these upgrades go to it. But the last game for me, which stands out like a sore thumb there, is Microsoft Flight Simulator. I am just so looking forward to actually playing that and crashing my plane around Belfast, because I know that is going to happen. And
please don't crash it into the Odyssey.
I will not.
No, I need the Odyssey.
Yes, I know you do. But it's I'm really wanting to see this. But I'm assuming you, Maker, have seen a bit of the stuff about this, what the new patch is doing on PC.
It's going to be updating the next gen port effectively, which I can't remember exactly what it was. Was it increased frame rates in 4K? Right.
Yeah. Basically, what it's doing is it's reducing the requirements, basically. So if you were only getting 30 FPS the last time, you're going to probably get 60 FPS more there. Nice. More or less that. It's really, really interesting to see how they've actually cut it all down. I am just so excited to actually play Flight Sim on my Xbox. So exciting times here. But
So
Didn't they get the upgrade?
Right. So Crystals is that is coming to all other platforms. I've just had a look. Are they coming day and date on all platforms?
It's going down date to Game Pass. It's going down date to Stadia. It's going down to date with GFN as well. But
you have to pay it for on Stadia.
You have to pay for it at GFN.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that just made your decision for you?
Well, you see, I don't play Stadia. I'm so I don't even know what games are coming to Stadia because I don't even take any interest anymore.
And that's there's a reason why I really love Game Pass because I play a lot of games. I'm very iffy on making my purchasing decisions. So having Game Pass and having these games to try out beforehand, like I played a little bit of Going Under on that list, which it's a fun little like roguelite dungeon crawler type game. But after like a few hours of playing, I was just like, this isn't for me, and then moved on to the next game. And stuff like that's really helpful for me. I can safely swap from like one game to the other without worrying about it because I didn't pay full price for that game. I don't feel like I'm obligated to beat it.
I'm exactly the same. Yeah. I don't like to pay for something that I haven't at least tried first. And at least then you've got like, you know, if it does come off Game Pass eventually and you've been playing it, you either then buy it or you don't. But at least you've had, it's like a 6-month demo, but the full game, which is just like
it's also like the Ori series. I fell in love with that series because it was on Game Pass. I didn't pay anything extra for it. And I wound up buying the collector's edition for both. I even actually got the Switch collector's edition for the second game as well. So you find games that you wouldn't normally try and fall in love with. So it's great.
And down the road, we're probably going to get the same features as all the same features Game Pass Ultimate has. You can go and buy your games on Xbox Cloud Gaming down the road. Not saying it's going to happen now, but it will.
It'll definitely be down the road.
It
just makes sense.
It makes sense if you want to buy the game. I just at this current point in time, like I see the advantage with not buying the game. Like,
no, I'm thinking just if they leave or something.
Yeah, you've got so many games that if you want to play it in cloud and it's on there, it's great.
Yeah. But if it leaves, you can probably buy for 10% off.
It would be an advantage eventually. Yeah. I don't know when that's going to.
I don't think it's going to happen soon, but
then
it'll
again,
be at least a year, I think.
Yeah. Did we think the X Blades would come straight away, like they have done it? Like no one would have guessed that.
Yeah, I did not guess it. I was expecting end of the year. I did not expect middle of the year, especially with COVID and stuff like that. The fact that they're pushing all this out with the chip shortage ongoing is insane to me. Like these are big moves. Like they thought well into advance for this one.
Okay, we were talking about games leaving Game Pass, so I think it's just right to actually talk about the games which are leaving or which have just left since our last show, where they're Battle Chasers, Night War, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, Mistover, Monster Hunter World, Out of the Park Baseball 21, Outer Wilds, Soul Calibur 6, and The Messenger. There's a couple of big games leaving there. Kelly?
Yes.
Any of these? Are you going to miss any of these games? I know what the answer.
Soul Calibur, I played that game and that was a cool wee game.
So you're
I miss that game. I don't know what the other ones are, but I know what Marvel and Capcom is because I tried it and I didn't like it.
So, that's the beauty of Game Pass. You just jumped into it and you didn't like it, but you tried it. But you're going to miss Soul Calibur.
Well, I might have to bat now.
Exactly. Maker.
So for me, it doesn't really affect me too much because I previously purchased Monster Hunter World and Soul Calibur 6. I'm a little sad about Outer Wilds. I started that and I did kind of want to continue on with that. I'm probably just going to buy the game for my own personal use, but I think it does suck a little bit that these games are leaving because some of those games are pretty big hitters. Monster Hunter World and Soul Calibur 6 are big games. The same with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Granted, I didn't play it. And so to me, I think it sucks losing these, but at the same time, I see a lot of titles coming to Game Pass in the next couple of months that I'm super excited to see.
Andy?
Yeah, I think the Monster Hunter series is like always a good one anyway. I bought the latest one on Switch, so it's a shame to see it come off because I didn't actually get a chance to play it. How long has it got? Is it off now, or is it 30th of June?
Yeah, it's off now.
So yeah, well, yeah. I just think you have to accept the fact. It's like when you know, if you watch films on Netflix and you really like a film and then it disappears and you think, like I really like watching Superbad and it's gone. I'm gonna have to go and buy it now on iTunes. It's just like that. Like it's annoying, but at least you've got to experience it and see what it's like, see whether you like it or not.
So Andy, what's your favorite? I was going to say, what's your favorite one out from all them ones? Which ones would you recommend for people to play?
Out of all of them, probably Monster Hunter World.
I'm sorry for interrupting you. It was just it was just a delay there. So you can go back to your what you were saying.
I'm gutted about that one, but something else will replace it.
Something else will. We are going to maybe come on to that shortly. Oh, there's a bit of a tease. Happy.
Yeah, well, the first one that stood out to me right away, there was a game that I wanted to play, but that's off now, and that was Outer Wild. I always thinking about, I want to play that game. I'm going to see when I have time to play it. So it's just been in my thoughts to start playing it, but now it's away, so I can't play it, but I can buy it. And there's so many games. So I haven't played any of these games right now. So Monster Hunter World is also a fun game. I played a little bit before on another platform, but yeah, Outer Wild was the one I was a little bummed was going away.
Okay, for me here, everybody's been talking about Monster Hunter World. I think everybody recognizes the caliber of that game. The game which I'm going to mention here, which has probably been maybe missed because it doesn't look like it's a really great sort of game, is The Messenger. The Messenger is a great wee game there. It is 2D sort of, it's a hard sort of platformer type game. It's actually really quite good, so it's well worth checking that one out if you haven't seen that one. So we will move on to what may be coming to Game Pass in the future. Let's see, does anybody have a guess what I'm going to go with?
Yes.
Hogwarts.
No,
I have an idea. Kojima.
that is correct. We are going to go to Kojima.
Nice picture.
I like my answer better.
Yes. Kojima has been on record. I think he's been on record a couple of times saying that he is wanting to make a cloud-based game. And it and they, yes, I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do this discreetly.
Deliberately done it.
I haven't deliberately done this. If I was going to do something for trolling purposes, I will say I'm doing stuff for trolling purposes. This is.
No, you would not. You would just have your trolling face on, and it's like, I'm trolling you.
Yes, but then I eventually say, Kojima looks like that cloud-based game is coming to Microsoft, and a bit of paper has been signed, a letter of intent. Kojima makes console selling games, and it looks like Microsoft have got that. And for me, I'm not a big, massive Kojima fan. I'm just going to say it out there. now. However, with this being a cloud-based game, I am really, really intrigued to see what this could entail, because this could be our first big, massive cloud-based game backed by a major publisher, developer, and platform in Microsoft, backed by a big, massive name in Kojima. I'm not going to say I'm struggling. Are you excited with this? And just remember, I should make this text a bit bigger here. You're assuming India's face. Do we really want that? And we want to get into it.
Looked like he was going to cry.
There you go.
Ken.
We also know that Kim Swift has been appointed as senior director for Cloud. Are we excited on how this is going? Happy?
Yes. No, this is a really, really important thing. I think because Sony has a lot of these big cinematic games, and I think Xbox can really need some big cinematic game, like a stealth game or something. I really hope it's gonna be a stealth game, because I'm just hyped over this, because this is really, really big, and Kojima can do all sorts of crazy stuff. So I'm really looking forward what he can mix up of a story. I am really hyped, because I really like Kojima. I'm a big fan.
And I'm record. Kojima's games have not tickled my fancy as yet, but I do want to give Death Stranding a try at some stage. Kelly, are you excited about this news or not?
Well, I did have Googled what Metal Gear Solid is, because I had to make sure it was the right game that I was going to talk about. Yes, I am really excited about this, because I like Metal Gear Solid.
There we go. So Kelly,
it was just literally, I was had a brain blank. What is Metal Gear Solid, and is it what I think it is? And went and Googled it. The power of Google.
The power of Google, indeed. I don't know who to leave to the end, Maker or Andy. I'm going to go Andy, because I just don't know what Andy will do, because he's a bit like me.
Right, you're not a fan.
On a string to stand to. That would be so funny.
Are you not a fan of Metal Gear Solid?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I haven't really spent too much time with it.
I've never met anyone who doesn't like Metal Gear Solid.
Yes.
Yeah, you have.
It's one of the best games ever made.
As we
throat my voice here now.
As we seen earlier, I've got a very, very unique taste in games.
Yeah, we've seen that.
So Andy, what do you? Since you've started, we'll let you finish. What do you feel about? Yes, you can touch on the other thing as well.
Made Metal Gear Solid, and well, let's not bring it up, because it's not important. You if you're gonna make a big statement for the cloud, you probably need someone who can make a big statement. And if they've actually got him to, and I'm assuming the team behind to make something for the cloud, I can't wait to see what it is.
Yeah. What would you want them to make there, or would you just say, "There's your big bag of money. You go make a game"?
I think that's what you've got to do. I think you've got to trust someone of that standard to just roll with it, because otherwise, you need freedom of creativity to be able to just go and do whatever you want. And a lot of the time, you couldn't even imagine what they can imagine to come up with. So I don't know, because I'd like to be surprised.
Yes, Andy does like his games because of the boxes.
Who said I don't like box? What was that? Hey, look, Metal Gear Solid. It's a great game. Yes. It was the first game where I don't know, on the first game where you're trying to shoot. I can't remember who you're trying to shoot, but you have to take the marzipan to stop your hands from shaking. Like, how good is that? Like, it was way ahead of its time. Way ahead of its time. There was no other game on PlayStation like it, and that comes from like the biggest fan of Tomb Raider at that point as well. Like, it was such a good game, and Metal Gear Solid 2 as well. I can't wait.
Can't wait to see where it goes. Maker. Again, I'm giving free rein. If you want to bring up the other stuff, you can bring up the other stuff, or you can just stay pure.
What's this other stuff you keep going right?
So my thing is, I think this is actually a really big move. Not just the Kojima bit, but the Kim Swift part. The fact that the official tweet stated that effectively she's going to be in charge of collaborating with independent studios, not just studio, which means we're probably going to see, as I say, independent studios to build games for the cloud. So that means it might not just be Kojima that they're going to start developing cloud games with. It's most likely going to be multiple studios that they work special projects for this. And that's what I'm seeing for my eyes. This partnership is going to be.
I think the advantage with that is it doesn't need to be a massive game to take advantage of cloud and show cloud features. So it could be small indie companies who they get to do games and utilize it. And we did sort of see that with Outcasters on Stadia. We saw little snippets of things, but it was only using like the YouTube features. It wasn't using what you can do with the cloud, and it's just, I think it'll be exciting to see even just small games using something.
Yeah, things that wouldn't normally be possible without that cloud infrastructure. Similar to how you see Flight Sim with live weather and stuff like that. You can't do that without some kind of cloud imaging and stuff like that, which they pull from Azure. I did want to bring up a little bit about Kojima thing. If you've played Death Stranding, the main theme around it is connecting with people. There's like little likes you can leave people for when they leave stuff for other players to use and stuff of that nature. The game was very much about the player experience from player to player. So I'm thinking he has a very unique mind. He's very odd. I don't think Death Stranding was the best game ever, but I don't think it was bad either. I think the gameplay was a bit slow for me, but the concept behind it works perfectly with the cloud. How else are you going to like make a game like that, but by having this like massive cloud infrastructure kind of communicating with each other effectively. So it makes
How
sense.
many years down the road do you think we will see any light of this game coming?
I think they're probably going to announce it within like a year or two, but I don't think we'll see it for at least 4 or 5 years probably.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I think the concept is already there, because I think that's why he was approaching multiple people about this project, and Xbox said, yeah, it seems like.
Wasn't a rumor about the horror game he was making, but
Silent Hills.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna go through because Konami owns the rights to that.
Yeah.
And Blipper Team seem to be making that now by all accounts. My take on this is, even though I'm not his greatest fan, he is a console seller. His games will bring people to the platform. And you've actually seen that over the last couple of days when this rumor seems to have been gathering more pace. There is I am not joking, there is something out there, a petition out there for Kojima not to bring his game to Xbox. And I kid you not, and that, yes, his games are just so impactful, and he has got many fans. I think we all know who his biggest fan is, and Jeff Keighley, because he just wants to have his. It won't go down. He just absolutely loves him beyond belief. It is really. And I think it's actually class that there is somebody in the gaming industry like Kojima who actually triggers these sort of emotions. People love his stuff, people don't like his stuff, but it is something there. Maker picked up on the point I was going to make, and this is just going to be the start of this. With Kim Swift being appointed the director of cloud gaming, I hope we're going to see some of this stuff start to trickle down. I think we're going to be seeing some of these cloud features which are in other platforms. And when I say other platforms, I'm including Luna, including GFN, including Stadia, because all of these have different features which we forget about. Just like GFN, you've got to click and play in GFN, which people forget about. There's your bit of boring stuff by me there. But I'm just really excited to see where this is going to go. And I don't even want big, massive cloud-only games. I want wee, small cloud-only games just to get people's appetites whether this could happen. I think the dream for me, for Microsoft purposes, is a Forza Horizon or in the cloud where it is just the whole world and they just start adding in using their Bing maps and all this sort of stuff, and it just expands out and constant, never-ending game. Sorry, I could just go on about this. Happy.
No, I intrigued to listen to what you're saying. Just thinking about they are focusing a lot on touch controllers. So I totally agree on have these smaller games that you can have on your phone for 15 minutes playing through the cloud, or the big games. I say it's so important with these touch controllers because there's a totally new people playing that is grown up with just touch controllers now. So I think it's so important to have that good controls that you can customize to your hands. It's top notch. So I think it was a smart move from Xbox to actually focus on that, get these touch controls the right way.
I think that's an absolutely amazing point there, because we've now got a generation of children growing up and their first device is a touch
tablets and phones.
Yeah. Making these games just pure for touch, it could be something really, really interesting. Andy, where do you want Microsoft to go in the cloud? Well, I just like putting people under the spot just for the crack.
I don't know. I don't think I've heard of this Kim Swift. Where was she?
Okay.
She was with Stadia previously.
But Portal.
Portal and Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, Portal and Left 4 Dead. So she has got a real good pedigree there.
Wow, interesting. I don't know. I think that like Happy says, with the touch controls, it's massive. The untapped resource of mobile gaming for kids. I go back to Minecraft Dungeons. The touch controls in that are like you're playing a mobile game, not like you're playing a cloud game that's got a skin on top of it that doesn't work. And like my kids will use a mobile phone and they can use the touch screen, like the touch controls, no problem. But they do. You can notice when they don't notice they're playing on xCloud. They see the game and they just think it's automatically just a mobile game, and that was one of the cleverest features I think they ever introduced, and no one else seems to have done it. No one seems to have actually spent the time to do that, and it does surprise me that that they haven't, because as soon as you start to make something feel like it isn't a mobile or a cloud game, I think you've got it. I think you've nailed it. And it's a similar thing to when you're playing on the PC or on your tablet. If you don't know that you're playing a cloud game, I think that's when it's finally cracked that it doesn't matter. And that'll be the interesting point where we actually get to where, like I said, you just don't even know. You don't have no clue. And some people argue that you get that on other services. I would argue that at the moment, none of them do it quite well enough. With the experience you can have one day perfect, another day not so great, and that seems to be all of them. But apart from that, I don't know what I want. It's a similar thing with the Metal Gear Solid creator. I don't know what I want from it. I don't have a clue until I'm shown it, and I think that's when we'll know that they've nailed it.
Maker, where would you want Xbox to go, or have you any ideas where you want them to venture?
I think they're going the smart route. Investing in studios to make cloud games is a big push towards the future. I think I think the touch controls they're working on, upgrading to Series X blades. I think they're all shifting that way. I think they see the value in the touch controls specifically, because getting into the mobile audience with players, I think, will be a big move for Xbox if they can do that. And whether they pull it off or not, that's where time will tell. But I think they're probably one of the one cloud platforms that is really pushing that. I watched a conference on how they made it easier to transfer basically the game's controls over to a touch control.
Yeah.
And to me, I thought that was brilliant. Like, make it easier for the devs to be able to create these touch control experiences for players and reach an audience that they wouldn't normally reach, which I think super smart. I just hope that they keep going forward with this, and they keep investing in it and getting better at it. That's all you can really do.
Yeah, I'm going to wrap this up for tonight. Calamus, we cover all the cloud platforms here, and tonight is Xbox. And on Thursdays we do GFM. We talk for usually at least an hour, and sometimes nearly into 2 hours about GFN, because because there's just so much to talk about. If you wanted to see some GFN stuff, on Thursday we had Corey from Nvidia joined me, and we had a good wee chit chat there. We also have a GFN special where we pick games in the Steam sale with our limited budget. So there is you can go and see that as well, and you can make fun of Sammy. But tonight is Xbox, so I just want to thank everybody for joining us, and thank for the amazing people here. I don't think people realize how good all these guys are here. It's absolutely amazing here.
Can I say something at the end?
Yes.
I just want to say what I want to see at the Xbox heading next. Go more acquisitions. Go out, do it. I think it's good for developers to have to get what are from Xbox, and also really would like to see VR sometime down the road.
Yeah. So would I. I would like that as well. But I just want to say thank you all for joining us, and we will put a tweet out when we're going to be doing this again. This is just a special because in literally 10 minutes time, we are going to be doing a Sea of Thieves special where we're going to be doing the second chapter of Sea of Thieves, and I think it should be some great fun. So thank you all for joining us.
We all pretend we're on a boat like Meg and
Bye!